Hey, it's Deontay here from Team Firewall Pass. I'm here today with a Crusadia deck profile. This is what I've been kind of messing around during quarantine with. This is going to change a little bit when we do have access to Eternity Code. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get into deck profile. I'll go ahead and explain my choices. We're only going to be doing the main deck and the extra deck today. If you have any questions at the end of the video, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Please subscribe and like. And now let's go get into the deck profile. So, the first card that we play in this deck is the Maximus. So Maximus is the one that does the targets a Crusadia Link monster you control and allows it to do double damage on a monster. So he's the one that really gets you into your OTKs. So it's the best card in this variant, but it's not the I don't think it's the best card in the archetype. My favorite card is the Crusadia Draco. Draco is really good. It recurs your monsters from your graveyard, so that way you kind of can manage your resources and allows you to combo off better. Yeah, opening this in another Crusadia is just amazing. Even if you don't open this, if you open up 2 Crusadias, at least you can usually just search this and then add one Crusadia back. But it's usually good to either open the Draco or the Maximus, because it kind of guarantees a combo. Just because if you open up the Maximus, that you can almost summon Maximus, link off, special summon another dude, and then search for the Draco and then Draco at this back. Or vice versa, like you can search for the Maximus and then you can use the Draco to recur something else back to use it as another extender. And then we play the 3 Arborea. Arborea is the one that protects from destruction while on field or in graveyard. So if this is pointing to a Link monster, a Crusadia Link monster, you can banish this card from your field to protect destruction, or banish this card from your graveyard to protect destruction. So really good card. It works well with Reclusia. I don't know how you pronounce her name. But this one, when it's special summon or normal summon to a zone a Link monster points to, you can pop a Crusadia card you control, or Crusadia monster I believe, and then target one of your opponent's cards and destroy them both. So this in Arborea is nice, because then this doesn't get destroyed, because usually you target itself anyways. So you can just target like this or another Crusadia monster and then target one of their guys, and then at resolution you just banish Arborea to protect it, so that way you don't really lose out on card advantage. Leonis is kind of the worst of them all. He is good in some cases. He does piercing, which is good, and he does the same effect where he special summons to a zone Link monster points to. Other than that, he's kind of underwhelming, but you definitely do need as much Crusadias as possible in the deck in order to do the OTK. Because you want it as consistent as possible, right? You want to make sure that you open all those Crusadia monsters and get to your combo. The next card, which is pretty much an honorary Crusadia, is the World Legacy World Crown. This is pretty good. It's you can't really normal summon it without tribute summoning it first, so that's why it's kind of a one-of in the deck. You don't really want to, you'd rather see a Crusadia first at least. You don't want to brick on opening too many of these, and then you can't really do much. But he is nice. You can negate a extra deck monster effect, which is cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the kind of Crusadia portion of the deck. So we're going to go ahead and get to the Kaijus. I play 6 Kaijus. I play 1 Gameciel, 1 Kamungus, 1 Godarla, 1 Jizukuru, 1 Raiden, and 1 Doggeron. So the reason why I play, different Kaijus, because some people play 3 Gameciel and 3 Jizukuru. Me, I always want to, if I open up 2 Kaijus and I have to special summon one on my side, one on their side, right? I always want to make sure that my Kaiju is always going to be bigger, right? I'm always going to be able to get over it. So each of them with different stats. If you open up 2, one's always going to be able to get over the other one. Also, I think it just works better with Kaiju Slumber, because you open too many of these, or you open too many of these, and you kind of don't have enough in deck. But in this, if you open up like one of these, you're fine because you still have multiple different types in deck that you can summon. So I think it's really nice to have multiple different kaijus. The best hand trap I think right now is Ash Blossom. It's a format where I feel like Imperm is good, but I don't think Imperm is as impactful. Um, I don't know. I just don't think it's strong enough. This is very versatile and I feel like Ash is just always good at every new format, which is nice. But yeah, not much to say about Ash Blossom. Then we'll go ahead and go into the spells. So we play 3 Kaiju Slumber. It's pretty much like a Dark Hole, but it puts a Kaiju on their board and a Kaiju on your board, which is really nice because you're the one summoning it, so you can set the position. You can play it in front of the extra deck monster zone and kind of just combo off from there. It's a board wipe. I believe you can only activate this once per turn, so if they negate it, you can always activate another one. So it's really good for baiting out negates if you have multiples. And then we have the 3 Lightning Storm. This card, this deck is honestly a budget deck, so you probably wouldn't want to play this. But for me, I'm playing this because this was a card I was already using for dinos, and I'm not necessarily a budget player, but like I do like playing Crusadia. Like I do like playing different budget decks or different decks like that, but I like to optimize them as best as I can. And I think Lightning Storm is just a great card. This deck honestly does struggle against back row decks. Like True Draco was a hard matchup for this. Guru Control, all that was just super hard matchups for this. And then this came out, and this is just amazing against those decks. And honestly, this can bait out negates as well. Like if you are going against a big board and like maybe one kaiju isn't enough, or you don't even open a kaiju, for example, and you need to complete your combo, and they have like a negate or a few negates on board, you can try to bait out some negates so that way you can continue your combo, which is what I like. So this is definitely, in my opinion, this is definitely better than like playing Twin Twister or anything. You're going second deck, you're typically going to kill when you go second. So I feel like cards like Twin Twister are good, and you should play them if you can't afford Lightning Storms. But Twin Twister, you do have to pay cost by sending one, and if they like Judgment that, for example, then you kind of lose 2 cards for their 1. But yeah, it's a really good card. Then we play the 3 Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave. It's player's preference, I guess, whether you play this or not. I think it's really good. I think it's good, especially even going second is alright. I think it's better going first. But going first, especially, this Eldritch is a big deck, so getting rid of their Eldritch or getting rid of their block, or getting rid of Emancipators like Block Dragon is really solid. So I really like this card. And Orcus is still going to be running around, same with Invoke Shaddolls and Dinos and things like that. So I think this is just a really good card during this meta. And then also, again, it stops hand traps, which you're not really afraid of certain hand traps. You're afraid of more of like Imperm, which unfortunately you can't stop with this. But you're not really necessarily afraid of Ash unless you don't have something like Draco the Chain Block. Then this comes in handy. But this is mainly kind of like a going first tool, you know what I mean? So it has uses going second, but it's mainly going first tool. And then we play the 2 Pod Desires. It's a draw 2. You play a lot of 3-ofs in this deck, so you really don't you're typically not going to manage all your combo pieces, right? And you're trying to go for that push for a game. If you're trying to go for a push you want as much cards as possible. So you don't really care about you banishing that 10, because honestly, especially in this deck, you're not going to see those 10 cards anyway. So Pod Desires, definite must-have in this deck. And then I play 2 Crusadia Power, and then a Revival for the Crusadia spells. I don't play Testament. Testament is alright. You can definitely test it. It stops things from... It prevents your opponent from responding to activations of your Crusadia monsters, which is nice. And then if you don't kill them, you can draw cards. The reason why I don't like it is this deck needs to kill, because if you draw cards, especially if you let them have another turn, right? You're having a lot of empty advantage. You don't really have many disruptions you can put up, besides maybe like an Avermax power, which is, don't get me wrong, it's hard for them to get around, but it's not, it's not the best, and you use a lot of resources just to get to that in this deck, so I don't feel like Testament is just that great. I feel like you should just optimize your build on being consistent and getting to your combo and trying to kill them right away. And then the last card to play is Reinforcement of the Army. It's pretty much another Crusadia card that searches Arborea. So I'm playing, 15 Crusadias plus the World Legacy World Crown, which is 16, and then this is like 17, right? So you're bound to see multiple Crusadias. And also, the Kaijus in a way act as extenders, because if you open up like 2 Kaijus, for example, you special one to their side, and then you special one to your side, right? So you special one to their side, you normal summon your dude, you link into your Magus, you special summon your Kaiju under the Magus, and you search for like your Draco, for example, right? So right there, it kind of extends your combo in a way. So the Kaijus, if you open up too many, that means you don't open up the Crusadias. That does suck. But typically with the ratios in this deck, you're playing 17, technically 15, but with those 2 other cards, 17 Crusadias and then 6 Kaijus. So it doesn't really interfere that much. It's been working out for me a lot. And then we're going to go ahead and get into the extra deck. So we play the 3 Magus. This is the one that searches for Crusadia monsters, so you definitely want to max out on playing as many of these as possible. It's always going to be live. It's a Link 1. It's honestly an amazing Link 1, if I do say so myself. It's a really good Link 1. I wish the archetype, honestly I do wish the archetype was a little bit better, but it's pretty solid at what it does. It's just not super versatile whether you want to go first or second. And then the 2 Regulex, I only play 2 of these. You can even probably get rid of 1 if you need to find room for something else. You typically only search for your Revival or your Power. Usually search for Power going first, a Revival going second. Yeah, not much to say about that. And then we play your Spatha. This card is good for this allows you to make like Boros Sword pretty easy, because you supposed to summon a Crusader, you move it, and then you're supposed to summon another monster. So that's 3 monsters plus, or that's 2 monsters plus the Link 2. So that's a Link 4. So you can make like Boros Sword, or make other Link 4s. Like I play Boros, and stuff like that. So it's just I feel like it's just a really good extender piece, but it's not crucial to the combo. So you just want to play 1. I wouldn't play any more, but I would definitely at least play 1. And then for the Link 3 is Equamax. I play 2. You might be able to get away with playing 1, because you're typically trying to kill them on your second turn. Unfortunately, if you don't get to kill them on your second turn, you have to make another one. It's good to have another one in there. You do have space in your extra deck. But yeah, you typically only ever want to use 1. If you have to use 2, you're in a bad spot, but hopefully you can clutch it out. And then we play the 1 Avermax. Avermax is a really good card. This and Crusadia Power is really tough to get around. They have to pretty much have a Kaiju, because any special summon monster they have, this will just get in the attack, right, and just be able to get over it. And then this plus Arborea in the grave is so nice. Yeah, this card's just really good. And then we play the 1 Link Spider. Nibiru is still a card that is running around in this meta, and you still, like, if they Nibiru you after 5 summons, right, and you still have a handful of Crusaders or whatever, and you still can, maybe do the combo, you definitely want to have the Link Spider, because you can do Link Spider, special summon a Crusader to that, right, and then try to combo off from there. So Link Spider is, I feel like a must-have if you want to play around Nibiru, and also, again, you have the extra deck space, so you don't really need to worry about it. And then we play Nightmare Phoenix, another card that out back row, just a generic Link 2. And we have Unicorn to shuffle his back monsters. And then we have Boros. So when a card or when a monster is summoned to his zone, a Link monster points to. You can banish all spells and traps and monsters, I believe, on the field. And it also gains, I believe, let's see. This gains 200 for each banished card. So, like, even if you desire to make this can get pretty big pretty fast, which is really nice. And then we play, the last Link monster we play is the Bull Sword Dragon. Really solid. And it helps OTK if you can't OTK through regular means. Just really nice. And then the only synchro we play is FA Dawn Dragster. You can honestly play, what's it called? The Cyber's Quantum Dragon as well. I was considering playing that. This is, good going first, so is that card. So it just really depends on your preference. I think Quantum Dragon is really nice. I kind of want to, maybe take something out and put it in. But yeah, that is the end of the deck profile. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like and subscribe. Give me any input on how I can improve the deck, or if there's anything that you want to see. I will be coming out with new decks like Cosmos, maybe a Dino Shadal, yeah, just things like that. So yeah, you guys have a good one. Peace.